Here we are working on our Bernat Mosaic basic cap. We've made quite a bit of progress. Here's the pattern. You can see the ladies version and the men's version. I'm making the basic ladies version here. And for any of these hats, you only need one skein of Bernat Mosaic. I'm using the color Waterfall for mine, and it's making some very pretty color changes. I like the way the stripes go as I work. It does these color changes all by itself. All you do is just keep using that one yarn. You don't ever have to change, and it makes the stripes and the pretty color changes for you. Anyway, the free pattern called Basic Cap is on the Bernat Yarn website, www.bernat.com. Just do a search for the ebook called Masterpiece, and in that book is this cap. There's several other patterns as well, but this is one of the patterns that you'll find. And what we've done so far is we did the ribbing at the beginning, and then we changed. Oh, and you'll notice that mine's a little bit longer than the pattern calls for, because I like for my ribbing to be longer. It only asked to do 5 repeats, and I think I did like 9. I just did ribbing until I liked the way it looked. And then I switched to just the knit stitch, and all of this is in stockinette, just straight knitting all the way around every row. And I'm using 16-inch circulars instead of the DPNs that are called for in the pattern, because 16-inch circulars are just the right size to make a hat. So now I'm at the point where I finished all of my stockinette, knitting every row, and I am ready to start shaping at the top of the hat. It says, knit in rounds until work from beginning measures a certain number of inches, and then you start shaping the top. And it says for the first round, it has an asterisk there, and then it says knit 2 together, knit 10 with 12 in parentheses, SSK, repeat from asterisk around. And that can be quite confusing for someone who's not used to doing shaping. All this means is where the asterisk starts, that's where you're going to be repeating back to. So pay attention to where that asterisk is. And it says K2 tog, which means knit 2 together. Then it says knit 10 with 12 in parentheses. Now the 12 in parentheses would be if you were making the larger size hat. So instead of doing knit 10, you would do knit 12. But since I'm doing the smaller hat, the ladies version, I will just be knitting 10. I won't pay any attention to that little mark that says knit 12. So what I can do is I can just X out that 12, because I'm not going to be using it. I'm only doing the knit 10. Then it says SSK, which means slip, slip, knit. And in the very beginning of your pattern, it will tell you what these little abbreviated words mean. So the SSK means to slip the next 2 stitches knitwise, one at a time, pass them back to the left-hand needle, then knit through the back loops together. So it's good to remember that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pattern apart and set that up here so that I'll be able to refer to that as I'm working this. I'll be able to see my abbreviations. Set that right there, and I'll be able to glance over there and see what I'm supposed to be doing. And here's my pattern so I can follow along. Now, here we go. And then it says to repeat from that asterisk around. So that means you're going to be doing this over and over and over again as you go around, all the way around your hat. And then it's got this little thing after that that says 72, 84 in parentheses, STS. STS is stitches. It says that when you finish doing this shaping, this where you're changing the top, you're going to have 72 stitches on the needles. If you're doing the men's version, you'll have 84 stitches on the needles after you finish this round. So I'm ready to get started with mine now, doing my shaping. So before I start, I'm going to have to undo this knit stitch that I did earlier to secure my stitch marker. I always do that whenever I'm, uh-oh, I got something wrong in there. Let me fix that. What is that? Oh, it just got twisted around in there, I think. Nope, I see what it is. I just dropped a stitch. So it's a good thing I did that with you watching. You can see how I fixed that. There. Now it's right. Okay, I just had to get that back up to the spot where it needs to be. Now, this says knit 2 together. Knit 2 together. Did that. Now, knit 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm having trouble reaching around the camera. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it says SSK, and our abbreviations told us that SSK means to slip 2 stitches knitwise. So let me do that again. I'm going to put it back on the needle. When you slip a stitch knitwise, that means you put the point like you're going to do a knit stitch, but you don't wrap it. You just slip it over. So I did 1. Now I'm going to slip another. There. Now slip 2 stitches knitwise. Now I need to pass them back onto the left hand needle. So I can pass that one over and pass that one over. And then I knit through the back loops together. So I put my needle through the back like that. I wrap it and I pull it through to the front and take it off. That was a slip slip knit. Now we're going to have to start from the asterisk again. So the asterisk says knit 2 together. Knit 2 together. Then knit 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we do our slip slip knit. Slip, slip. Put them back onto the left needle, and what I do is I just keep it like this. So now my right hand needle is ready for me to wrap. Save the step. Pull it through, take it off. So that's the way I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to finish this round while you watch so we can count our stitches. And then knit 2 together, not just 1. Knit 2 together. And we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make a mistake on purpose here so I can show you how to fix it. I just did 8. I'm going to do 9 stitches instead of 10. And then I'm going to do my, no, I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it when I do the knit 2 together. 10. Now I'm going to slip slip knit like normal. We didn't make a mistake this time. There. There's our slip slip knit. Now, instead of knitting 2 together, I'm just going to knit 1 this time. And then just keep on going. And then I'm going to say, uh-oh, I forgot to do my knit 2 together. So you look at your stitches and you'll be able to see where you did that slip slip knit because it looks a little bit different from the others. Let me bring this light down a little to help you see what I'm talking about. See where the slip slip knit is? All the others have that straight up look to them, but the slip slip knit has a little left slant going on. So after that slip slip knit, I should have had knit 2 together, but I didn't. I did some regular knits. So now we have to tink some of those knits. So to tink a knit, you just, first it helps to do a knit again so you can see how to tink a knit. When you do a knit, you go in like this, and you wrap it, and you pull it through. So I'm going to pull it back off like that, and I can see how my left hand needle should be going to do my tink, right? See, there. So let's do a tink here. To tink, you stick the point of your left needle in the back there, and you just pull it off. There we go. I'm going to pull off another. And now let's look at that. And there's where that left slant. I've got one more. Tink that one. There. Now I'm ready to knit two together. So sometimes you have to undo a stitch one at a time. And as you just heard me, I called it tinking because it's knit spelled backwards. So now you can see we have our slip slip knit here, and we have our knit two together here. And some people will say, okay, a slip slip knit is a left slanting decrease, and you can see that it is there. And a knit two together is a right slanting decrease, and you can see it there. So pretty interesting to notice all that stuff. Now we did knit one, we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's time to do a slip slip knit again. So we slip, slip, put that through there, and we wrap it, pull it through. That was a slip slip knit. I've never tried to tink a slip slip knit, so I'm not going to try on camera. I'll try later off camera and then come back later and show you how to tink a slip slip knit. Knit two together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I'll try to tink the slip slip knit this time. We'll try. May as well try. It doesn't hurt to try. Slip, slip. So we know those are knitwise. And then we put this here. We wrap it and we pull it through that way. Sure. So to tink it, you're going to have to come from the back and get those two, and then bring your needle back forward, unwrap it, take your left needle out, and then you have to slip them back like that. So that's pretty complicated. Probably a beginning knitter shouldn't have to worry about that, but you're not really a beginner. You've been knitting some other projects with me, so listen to that thunder outside. Stormy weather. Knit two together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we should have 2 stitches left, and we do. Yay! So we slip, slip, knit in the back. So now we've finished our first round, and here's our stitch marker. So I'm going to pull it off for a minute because I want to count my stitches, because the directions say that I should have 72 stitches now. So let's count our stitches. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. Yay! That's what I'm supposed to have. Woohoo! I love it when things work out right. Now, if you count your stitches and you don't have 72, then you probably want to look back through your stitches and hold it out and check your increases and your decreases and make sure you did all of them. And if you didn't, what you could undo this whole row and redo it, or you could just knit two together or do a slip knit or something at the end to make the number of stitches correct from this point on. And I would not do it in this row, I would do it in the next round. The next round is just knit. All you're going to be doing is knit every stitch in the next row, in the next round I mean. So during this round is when you'd want to make any corrections, like adding a stitch or subtracting a stitch, so that you'll have 72 stitches for the next one. And the world is not going to end if you have to make a correction like that. I've had to do that many times. It's much easier to just add 1 or 2 stitches or subtract 1 or 2 stitches than it is to undo an entire round and put it back on the needles. So that's what I like to do, especially if it's just 1 stitch. Nobody's going to notice that if you don't have it absolutely perfect on the first round. So that's the way the first round of shaping your top goes, and the second round is just knit all the way around. You can handle those 2 rows, I'm sure. So I'll see you again for round 3 of the shaping at the top. Talk to you later. Bye.